Yes, everyone, episode 9. We talk about our dangerous and negligent first jobs. We debate the top 10 animated movies of all time. And we offend a laser hair removal woman. Check it out.
Choose the fact.
Boys, yo!
And
Welcome
girls
back.
too.
Hey,
Cute.
welcome
we doing?
everybody out there in the universe. Yeah, what's going on, man? How you been?
Multiverse, you never know.
Multiverse.
Hey,
Hey,
the fat verse. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, there's a spin-off.
Getting somewhere.
Fatverse.
I have an afro. Dean has
Oh, this should
your
be interesting.
glorious legs. And
He's
you
got
have freckles.
He's got pretty good legs already. Imagine me with freckles.
That's our multiverse.
Yikes. Yeah.
To be honest, it'd feel weird enough if we were just sat in different positions, wouldn't it?
Like, if we sat there
In fact,
for
should we try it one time? Not now, but hey.
No, because you remember that one time when
Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah.
we said we thought about it once, and then we sat down and it was oh no.
don't like
I like
this.
it right here.
Yeah, we know where we are now.
Also, I'd have to look the other way, and my neck's sort of
My
stuck
neck
this way
by the
right
end of
now.
this. Like,
Oh, we're watching
yeah.
tennis, are you?
Jesus.
He's like Xavi in midfield, isn't he? Just always.
I know who that is.
He doesn't.
I fucking know.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, did
All
he?
right, okay.
I used to have him on one of my like fantasy football things.
Yeah.
and it
Julius
was-
Caesar, you know I don't follow the NBA.
he couldn't wait to get it out there. Yes. Love
Yes. Perfect. Anyway, what's been going on, man? How's your
What's
week,
going
guys?
down?
What's been happening?
Yeah, man, my week's been good. I actually this week I've been filming for work, doing a piece of branded content. I've been filming with the Hairy Bikers.
Oh,
sick.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
different there.
the reason I wanted to bring it up was I was kind of inspired from working with them, and obviously, if
You ride a
you don't
bike
know the
now?
Hairy Bikers, they are two friends, both from the northeast of England, Geordie accents, and they both had long hair, beards. One of them's got a really cool moustache, and obviously they motorbike. But the whole point of their premise was a cooking show, wasn't it?
Yes.
But very like wholesome, very like
But
family
like,
friendly.
Slapdash a little bit, innit? Like,
Yeah.
chuck it in there, lad. You know,
Yeah,
like, no
exactly.
measurements or something. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like home cooking.
The whole tin of beans? Like, yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
a whole wheel of cheese.
There it is. Yeah.
But what I was so impressed with them is they were one take wonders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never worked with someone, and I've worked with quite a lot of talent now in front of the camera. They are exactly what they're like off camera. And then they had a script, and they're like, oh, we don't normally do scripts. But they have this way about them of being so conversational, and it looks almost off the cuff,
Right.
yet so polished.
They're proper warm, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
And-
it because they're actually just mates?
Well, they met. They both worked in production, so they weren't like classically mates. They're like they go into
Right.
it less friends than we are.
Okay, yeah, fair.
So they just developed that.
And they did
they've been
alright.
doing it for years, haven't they? And
Yeah.
but it just kind of inspired me a little bit because obviously we're doing what we do, and just to see that the levels of how polished, but yet how fun and conversational you can still make it. So I think that would be the holy grail for us. Obviously with our personalities, not with theirs, because we still want to be true to ourselves. But having that level of like really clean, but also really, and they're enjoying it.
Yeah, there you go.
Still, as well. Still enjoying it
and one of
after
them's got a bit of bad health. It's kind of battling something at the moment. Still, despite that, going like, and I was like, oh yeah, this is proper. This is
stuff,
mustard.
yeah.
This is.
They
But,
seem real professional, innit? I reckon.
yeah,
Proper
but just
professional.
but nice guys to
Yeah.
chat to as well. So yeah, that was a really fun part of my week. How was yours?
Ben?
Yeah, not as good as that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, trying to follow that up now is what I was trying to make up a story.
Did you see any hairy bikers this week?
Didn't see any hairy bikers, unfortunately. It's been raining most of the week.
Yeah.
So there's
Not
that.
good weather for bikers.
But not
I
good
was
for
in
bikers at
Manchester.
all.
You want to talk about rain?
It always rains in Manchester. Like,
Even when it's not raining,
stock,
it's raining a little
stock
bit.
weather
there.
is rain in Manchester, isn't it?
Also, I apologise that I brought us to weather. That's the level of banter I've just... Weather. Sorry, boys. Yeah, it's raining all week. Yeah, nice. Because you guys didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fucking useless. Sorry, everyone. Apologise.
Oh, there it is.
I'm not getting chirped by it. I called it myself.
Is that crickets or
is it? Well,
yeah, it
don't
sounded
they
like
chirp?
a bird chirping, but it's supposed to be crickets, no?
Nothing makes me sadder than that noise, by the way.
Yeah, because it is
When
a
it's
sad
aimed at
noise.
me.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that Vine where there was like a really fat person in America walking through the supermarket and someone went boom, 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 playing behind them on the trumpet.
So mean. That's horrible.
Oh my god. It was funny, but yeah. It's
The Family Guy did it as well, didn't they?
Yes,
The
they
Family
did.
Guy? Family Guy did it, so yeah.
The Family Guy, it's good.
Have a good night.
Dean, how was work this week for you?
Work was work. Yeah.
Just a constant. It
Work.
is.
It's just I get up and I go there and then I come home and I do it again.
Tell you what, though, you do love sending me a picture of wires.
Oh, yeah. Cables galore.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Is your favourite band Athlete?
Oh, it's a groaner.
wires
Oh, right, yeah.
going in. You've got wires.
Wow, that's terrible.
It's always like, and I'm supposed to try and make head or tail of this picture. I'm like, I don't know if that's you finishing your job or starting it, but either way, I can tell in your tone that you're not happy about it.
Do you know what? I've said this on numerous occasions. I hate wires. Yeah, man, great. Yeah, perfect. And here we are, so even better now. Isn't it?
There
You know
we
what I mean?
go.
Hey,
So-
wholesome one. Hey.
I somehow don't believe you when you say it was perfect. But what this did is inspired me because I was thinking about you the other day, and I was on this little thread of bad first job experiences or just bad job experiences full stop. And I found a few good ones that I thought I'd share with you now.
I mean, no one has a good first job, do they?
No one's got a good first
And
job.
it shouldn't be good. It's
You
got to be
need to go through the brimstone and the fire. You need to be, you need to
Forged
get cooked
in the
in the
little
fire.
fire.
Yes, absolutely,
yeah.
you do. But there's a few ones in here that were just I thought were quite cute and quite funny. Like I hit this one first because this is something I reckon you may have experienced before, or all of us have. You know, when you turn up to a job and then someone tries to reposition what your job is to something that they want you to do instead.
Yeah, so an abuse of power.
Yes.
To make their life easier.
So this is
Shit
good.
always rolls downhill at work.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. This person says, my first job was at a new buffet place in a small town when I was 14 years old. First of all, too young to be working. Anyway.
I worked from that age.
I was, did you? Yeah. Well, like not legally though. You get cash from your fucking mate. Yeah,
Paper
fine.
round.
Cash in your mate, like you're some gangster at 14.
Oh, it's cash in an envelope though, to be fair.
Yeah. You're supposed
Selling Pokemon cards.
to, hey, that's the hustle. That's
That
the,
was-
So
that's
you
the
want to be
OG
rich
hustle.
now if I did that. Some
If you
price
still had
then.
them.
Yeah.
Right, so this kid there, 14 years old, working in a buffet place that just opened up, was supposed to be a dishwasher, but when they got there for training, they were handed a ladder and was told to install drywall and ceiling tiles in the kitchen.
That's a leap.
Get a professional. Don't get a 14-year-old to start doing the upholstery. Like, it's not...
Here's some drywall, there's a bit of asbestos up there. Do your best. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a mask, but the person who had it left with it, so you'll have to do it with a tissue over your face.
Hold your
or something.
breath.
Don't laugh. I'm that guy who has to fucking hold his breath with fucking dust everywhere all the fucking time because he hasn't got the right stuff. I've actually crawled. Well, anyway.
Could you buy a mask though? Couldn't you? You could do. Yeah. So you are that guy.
I don't know.
Okay, so we've got another guy here who was working at a gas station, petrol station, and accidentally hit the button that emergency stops all of the pumps and had no way of knowing how to turn them back on again. So just flatline the whole business for the day.
I think it's the opposite. The button that just surged it all out. Like, why do they have that button?
What's mad is I had the same
They just
thought.
release everything. Release the hound.
I had exactly the same thought when I read it earlier. And I thought to myself,
Zoolander.
why would that ever be a button? Like, I was like, yeah, that's.
They would fucking love it if there was a button for that, innit?
I can't believe the Zoolander reference, the jitterbug reference
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Jitterbug.
Yeah, but surely that button can be unpressed quite quickly.
Well, I can't imagine it's a button to put it all back together again.
Yeah, true.
I
Those
reckon
sort
it's
of
a
buttons
whole-
shouldn't need a lot of process to unpress.
Yeah.
Or should the button just be way harder to press? Shouldn't you have to go through two guys come and
keys.
turn the key? Yeah. Shouldn't that be the thing?
Break the card.
It's always like,
3, 2,
Mr.
1.
President, are you sure?
I said remove them.
I said what I said, Kyle. I'm sure as shit. Do it.
This one's just. I feel bad for this guy. I got mugged on my first night as a pizza delivery man. getting mugged at work.
To be fair though,
Mugged of
as the
pizza
that
on
was the
money.
thing though, wasn't it?
Well-
Yeah, I used to call up the pizza guy.
Yeah,
and
it's
just-
bumping
Yeah.
cabs, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
the two things to get by was order a pizza to like an area where you knew,
Yeah.
you know,
To
like
the
a
block or
little
something.
estate or something where there's a few little
Well,
exits.
so the estate that I grew up on, this was definitely a thing that happened a few times because we had a few really tall tower blocks, and you'd call it in. I didn't do this because I'm not a little heathen bastard, but you'd call it in. You'd do it to one of the highest level floors, and while he's up there, and you've called another pizza for another part of it, while he's up there because you know he's going to be up there for ages, you then go and get the pizza, and he comes back down, and the pizza's gone from the back of his carriage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Naughty, horrible, nasty little thing
Free
to do.
pizza.
Yeah, but easy.
You're a kid, free pizza.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a
we all did
victimless
little
crime?
things before. I ran
No.
from a cab before. I think I did it with you.
yes.
Guilty by association there, brother.
After that night,
Wow, that's insane. We've mentioned that night already. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
after
right.
Shepherd's Bush.
What the? Oh.
We had these two girls that neither of us were interested in, that we were going back, and I literally stopped to do. I was like, oh, I feel a bit unwell, Ben. Like right outside where I lived. Didn't tell anyone. I was like, Ben, do me a favour. And he was like, why do you do you a favour? You're going to be sick. I went, no, Ben, just come with me. Come with me. And he didn't get it for a bit, and I was like,
I've leaned in
I would
to
not
like
have got that
rub
at
his
all.
back or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's gone, let's run.
it was more to get away from the girls than the taxi. I would have happily reimbursed the driver. But in for a penny, in for a pound.
Just sprint away from this
What a
situation.
feeling when we got away, though.
When you're
It
sprinting
was
away
funny.
like that, you're
It was
chuckling
funny.
like
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
giggling
yeah.
the
It's
whole way.
Very
Chuckling,
giggly.
giggling the whole way. Giggling the whole way. But yeah, and especially if you're a kid, like what, you're not prepared to deal with a mugging, are you?
Oh, you got no, not at all.
or a pizza man, you know?
No, yeah, you're also not getting paid enough. So
No,
it's like,
hell no.
yeah. What was your first job?
Paperboy?
Yeah, mine as well.
Is that a job?
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys both do that?
Yeah.
I had like 280 papers, mate. It took
Oh,
me like
did you do
it
that
took me a
one?
Friday night and a Saturday morning. It was long.
Oh, you did the weekly
proper.
paper, did you?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did the daily paper before school, and
Before school. Yeah,
it was about 30 papers. No, in the winter.
You know what I mean?
It was
Crack of
like-
dawn.
Tell you what,
Or just throw them over the fence.
it's not America. You have to put them through.
Yeah.
In the in winter,
Chuck 'em over
It's
like
not
the game.
Dennis the Menace.
it's all the same paper as well. Easy. No, we have to make
Perfectly
sure it's the
landed.
right one. No, winter when it was cold and you couldn't wear gloves because you couldn't touch you couldn't get the papers
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
So you had to choose between dexterity or warmth.
Dexterity every time.
And then you went fingerless.
Dexterity
and then I went
every
fingers.
You had two
fing-
pairs of gloves on this whole time.
fingerless gloves. Didn't really make.
Fingerless gloves are.
They don't make you warm
No, they don't.
because the fingertips get pretty cold.
Because no one cares about
Yeah.
your palm.
Yeah.
Your palm's not getting cold.
No.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, the
It's
nerve
fingers.
endings are in the fingertip.
It's the extremities, yes.
But yeah, Paperboy, and then I did another paper round, and then I did pot wash at this Italian restaurant that no longer exists.
It's amazing you're not a chef. All pot washers end up as chefs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the...
That's just how it
Well,
goes,
you've
isn't
tasted,
it?
through
you've
line.
tasted my cooking.
Oh, hey, actually, he is a chef.
oh, there, get some flowers
Put
like
that
that.
there.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Good
But
stuff.
yeah, this place was, you know, when we said it before, when you're a kid, you think work is like, you think everyone that has a job is good at it, or at least
Yes.
that's their job by choice, and then you do it. And this guy in this Italian restaurant was just stirring a sauce, miscellaneous Indian Italian sauce, just ash falling from his cigarette.
Oh, that's what that was.
Straight into the sauce. My granddad ate there
Smoky
every...
flavour accents the water.
Is it cayenne?
Is that American Spirit?
That's good. That's very good.
My granddad ate there every Friday, man. And I'm like, oh, don't eat there now. And he's like, no, it's really great that you work here because now we get a bit of discount. And I was like,
Oh, don't come in here. Yeah.
but to your point on that first one, when they change your job,
Oh, yeah.
I did work experience at a golf shop and I was so excited because it was year 10, you had to do a week work experience. Did you do that? at
Oh,
school?
yeah,
Yep.
work experience, actually, yeah.
Yep.
And I thought everyone else was going like somewhere boring. I was like, I get to go to a golf shop. I get to sell golf clubs. So I knew a lot about equipment as well then. I was really
Yep.
I knew exactly what was what. And for the first 3 days, I was just flattening boxes. Cardboard boxes,
It's not
just
what,
flat
you,
packing them.
not what you had in your mind, is
And I
it?
knew more about golf clubs than the guys actually working there. And then I found out that they were just selling certain clubs because they made more margin on those clubs,
yeah.
rather than listening to what someone, how their game was
wasn't
and what they
about the
needed.
needs, yeah.
And I was really interested in that part of it. And then I just took
So
it
they
on
would have
myself.
hated you,
I
wouldn't they?
did it though. One day, I just went and sold a set of clubs to someone, and I was like, "See, I can do it." And they were like, "Yeah, but if you would have sold them,
Yeah.
And then
You did the right job, but it wasn't the right job that they
That's
wanted.
why we're in the position we're in as a world.
But yeah,
you know?
and that's when you start going, it's not quite how it seems.
It's not the dream.
What was
It's never
yours
the
then?
dream. Oh my god! I actually had we had this little summer gig. There was a local, well-known family in our area that had let's call it a removals business.
Let's call it
Taking
a
out the
removals
trash.
Call it a
business.
removals
Like,
business.
how
Sorry.
flipping
Nice.
sinister does that
grew up
sound?
on the Jersey
What, were you removing
Turnpike?
bodies? Like,
Fucking Sopranos over here.
I'll tell you for what. I'll just tell you this singular instance because I did this for a little while.
did you have a trilby?
But me and a couple of the boys from the local
boys?
area, the local lads from the
Fat Tony and
we're never, by the way, guys, we're never going to get to the end
Johnny
of the story.
Tight-Lips.
We're never going to get Johnny Tight-Lips. And Johnny Tight-Lips is amazing. I didn't see nothing. Anyway, the tall and short of this was these guys had a couple of contracts. This is an uphill climb. We had a couple of contracts where we were in
Contracts?
They had some big warehouses. That
you calling me a clown? Oh, funny, like
funny, I can't keep doing this. There's no way that I'm ever going to get there.
I'm sorry. We're doing it on purpose now. I know.
We basically there was some young guys there and then some older guys there, but we were all brought in to just come and gut these warehouses, huge warehouses on the on Canary Wharf, on the Thames Riverside. In central London, and you basically got there, and a lot of us are way too young to have like normal formal jobs.
Yeah, but you were strong because you used to carry the benches.
We used to carry the benches, and these guys obviously must have known that, right?
Then a bench scout.
Hey, Fat Tony, get him in.
Hey, 2 benches at once. You got to see it.
3 benches. Mate.
He's gonna change the
I
game,
put
man.
one on top of the other 2 and then lifted them all together. Yeah, techers. Right. So you basically, the idea was that you're scrapping all the things that are inside, but we're talking about like a storage unit. So like,
And someone just left it.
racking going up to the rafters and all this kind of stuff, right? And none of us trained to do this, but we are figuring out how to take all this stuff down. So, and this racking.
And you're climbing.
Oh, mate. Say, for example,
Climbing
the racking to then dismantle it.
without proper climbing equipment.
You want all of the things to come off in relatively decent condition because they're going to go and scrap all this and then make money from the scrap, right? So
You also don't want to die.
you don't, mate. And when I tell you, we're up there, I'm up there, and I'm say because you're like almost working in in tandem with another person. So there's one guy over here, I'm over here, and you take the first beam off, which was the hardest one, but when you got that one off, then you'd use that one to knock the catches off the other ones.
Okay, yeah.
While you're doing
So
all
it's
this,
almost like taking out a scaffolding, isn't it?
while you're doing all this, the guys underneath you are taking out the flooring that you're standing on because we're trying to do this with speed. So like you're at a certain point, got your feet. Sorry, the feet are up. You've got your feet
Like a cartoon,
splayed out.
when they run and then stop for a bit.
Bye. But the reason I bring this
And
back
their eyes stay up. As the body falls.
yeah. The big poof at the bottom.
Yeah.
But I had a singular moment that I will always remember. I was doing it for a couple of weeks at this point. I smacked one of these beams up with the techers that I'd figured out. I know exactly where to hit them, and this beam went up straight on top of my head. I'm 20 feet up in the air. Below is where we've been throwing stuff down, so just jagged metal and bullshit. And my eyes.
Our next act is jagged metal and bullshit.
My eyes don't work. I've just been hit on the head and I've got my eyes wide open, but I can't see a fucking thing.
My eyes don't
My
work.
mate's seen what's happened. He just says, "Don't move because you'll die." And I was like, I probably shouldn't do this job anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you die?
That was all right. I did it for a few more weeks. It was fine.
That is mad.
Yeah.
But people were getting injured left, right, and centre. But I tell you what,
Yeah,
one
well,
of
they
my
would do.
mates got.
Were you wearing hard hats?
No, mate, hard hats. We're 15 years
£4 an hour, though.
old. No, we got. It was the money was RE. That's all.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it was all.
Yeah.
But if you'd hurt yourself, if you died on the job site, you'd get pushed in the Thames, mate. You weren't. No one was going to
It's
fucking.
them kind of rackings as well. It's like a house of cards, isn't it? Like it's just one little mistake, and it's like
It happened. We saw it all come down. Someone did something at one end, and it was just a big. Everyone out of the way, and it all just fucking dominoed all the way through. Man, just hilarious, just so funny. But it was a good experience. It was funny. It was funny.
yeah. But
Also, you're actually like doing
the graft.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, you're
Felt-
like climbing on shit, fucking
And
pulling
again,
things apart.
That age,
It's a
you
bit
feel
like-
good.
Yeah,
you feel cool,
and
you feel
And after
strong.
doing
days
shit.
and a day's work, you're like, I've done a day's work here. But them jobs,
Exploitation.
I think you need a couple of bad jobs under your belt to A, give you a sense of work ethic, B, give you a sense of appreciation when you do get a better one.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's character building. It's a fun story.
Yeah, it's fun to bring that sort of thing
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Remember a time in your life that you don't live anymore.
Yeah, well, let us know your first jobs and any horror stories because it'd be good to know
Bring
from
those horror stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I want to start seeing some comments. I know
mean,
people out there watching. People
I have
are
a horror
watching.
story if you want to hear it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it-
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
a guy
yeah.
I was working with, proper like he's all right, but like a guy I used to work with, Stu. He was like basically the guy that took me under his wing when I first started training as an electrician. Yeah, he was so jokes.
So he got him to thank for this shoddy
Oh,
setup.
yeah. Thanks, Stu. Well, anyway, he was working in we were doing like a sports hall, and he was like up, I don't know, high up on a scaffold tower.
Yeah.
And he was like leaning over doing something he shouldn't have, and he fell from there and like fell like over like a house height worth. And he like landed on his arms, and like both his arms were just like gone, like he fucked himself up proper. And
That's not
but
your
yeah, he
fault.
was like out for like 2-3 years, but I think he got like a nice compo.
So
So
Well, that's
it's not all
good story.
every cloud.
talking of
got no arms.
No, these arms are fine now. Yeah, 2 years of no arms though. You know what I mean?
Imagine that. Who's doing any? You've got to do
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Anyway,
it'd be a
don't wanna think about
nightmare.
it.
Exactly.
Talking of
Clipping
horror-
your toes, you know. Anyway,
that's the least you're
Yeah, I
considered.
know.
Yeah, hold on. That's
why I
not
picked-
even top
that's
five.
why I picked it.
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
five.
yeah, yeah.
Talk about-
At 5.
Clipping your toenails.
Home run. It's wiping your ass.
Which actually is the
That's
home
the
run.
worst one, isn't it?
You just have to accept that you need a B-day, a foot pedaled B-day. That's what you'd need. So you could like one of them Japanese
How's that
toilets.
being made?
Oh.
Get yourself on Dragon's Den now with a
Japanese
Do you know
foot
what? Every
pedal
time I've seen
bidet.
one of them Japanese toilets, I've not needed to go, and it's really bothered me because I want the
wanna
full
use it. Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
But yeah, I've got a horror
pamper
story.
settings.
This happened years and years ago. One of my dad's good friends growing up, he worked in an abattoir.
Lovely
So,
place.
Good word.
I mean,
Free meat?
doesn't sound like a good job at the best of times.
No.
But
Bandsaws
obviously
flying around.
the carcass comes in, and they've got these extremely sharp saws that just cut through bone
Them
and flesh
bandsaws,
like
yeah,
it's
mad.
nothing. And you obviously just put it through like that, and then it lifts up. I think something like that. So I don't know the process. I'm kind of dissecting a story I've been told before, but essentially this guy did that, and his hand got caught, and he got lifted in the air, basically by his hands, and then he's put his other hand to try and get it, and I think he's lost 3.5 fingers on one hand. He's probably got about 3 good fingers left. Got a hell of a lot of compensation though.
What can you do with 3 fingers?
But
I'll be honest. Take the left arm. I'm not putting my right hand in there.
I think at the time though you'd
I don't know if I would.
Maybe just that as a natural
don't-
reaction.
My
though.
first one's getting
Mate,
diced
Maybe just
the
as a
fuck up.
natural reaction
think-
though to
yeah.
get
Do you
it
reckon-
out.
you
I
can't
don't know
criticise
about
anyone.
This ain't that I'm not getting hit in the head with a pigeon.
you
You know,
can.
this ain't that.
Yes,
This is
you
like the
can.
pigeon thing. You
You
wouldn't
know what I
catch
mean?
me getting hit by a pigeon.
I'm not getting hit by a pigeon. And I'm also not putting my other hand into a fucking bandsaw. Sorry if that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I'd like
I'm
to.
not doing it.
Yeah, I want to really see your fight or flight metal, man. I want to see it.
Take the arm. It's fine. I've got 2. Now you've got
one.
2 fingers left.
Yeah.
My
On both
other arm.
hands. Fuck, that's long.
But yeah.
I bet that's so annoying.
But yeah, he's got by with life and stuff. But,
because you figured it out, didn't you? You
Figured it out.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, horror that.
How many fingers am I holding?
That's the thought of that.
Yeah, that's a mad story, man.
Arm or leg, if you were going to lose one.
I think leg.
Arm, man.
Wow, yeah, arm for sure.
I can still walk then, innit?
Yeah, but you
Getting
can
around
walk,
is
you
hard.
could walk with one leg.
No, you can't. You're hopping
Now,
everywhere.
Yeah, hopping
It's
everywhere.
ridiculous.
Sorry.
That's tough.
Sorry,
that's
this,
tough.
This isn't the 1700s. there's prosthetic
Yeah, but you're also
legs
not.
now.
You're not Tony Stark. Yeah, you're not going to get the fucking fancy cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the fucking.
There's a guy out there called Tyler
You're not
Saunders.
going to get go-go gadget leg, are you?
Big up Tyler if you're watching. He is. I used to work at. He works at Gymshark, and he used to be a Gymshark athlete
Tony
when I
Shark?
worked there. Mate, this guy is
know
a
that
one.
guy's name.
Yeah, I think I've shown you him before.
Yeah.
He's incredible. He does CrossFit, and he's got one leg, and he squats with one leg down to the ground. It is. I've trained next to him, and it's
That's mad.
humbling,
That's
mate.
mad.
It makes you want to graft in the gym when you see it. And watching someone like that do that kind of goes well. But I think the day to day, and a lot of the time you're sitting down in life anyway. Not all the time. Don't get me wrong. But I think losing the dexterity, I think would have more an overall annoyance than the odd bit of discomfort hopping and
how many
using
things
crutches.
do you need 2 hands for as well? You know.
But I think a lot of things you need 2 hands for. You ever cut?
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine opening this.
Yeah.
That's
your
what I
mouth.
mean.
With your mouth.
Little things.
Caveman style.
Little things.
Yeah.
You know,
Smash it on the ground.
you ever cut a finger and then you have to wrap it, or like, and then you're
time.
out of action for like a day. It's so annoying. Tying your shoelaces.
But pain is so funny, right? Like, we talk about like this huge thing of losing an entire limb or whatever. Getting a paper cut and you go, fuck. That's really painful.
paper cuts hurt, though.
It's like, yeah, but it's like
It's not a
cut is the deepest.
we can't even fathom what it would be like to have
I do think there's a
fucking
limit.
limb cut off. Oh, limit of pain.
I
Like,
do
it
think I think your brain can kind of just like,
What about when they
maybe.
used to just like
and adrenaline comes in as well, doesn't it? So,
quarter, just like burn it? You know what I mean? Like just burn it off. You know what I mean?
Cauterising.
Cauterize the wound.
but as I say, I think
that's
at that
mad.
point you are at capacity.
Do you think
of pain.
cauterizing maxes it out though? There's got to max it out in it.
But then also you do get what you get, which I find crazy, is that you get the phantom pains.
Oh,
So you get like an itch on the foot, but you haven't got a foot because the nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And you imagine how frustrating that would
Get me out of here.
the itchy foot, like the other
And you
side of
haven't
your
got
foot,
one.
and you haven't got one to itch.
Oh my god.
Oh!
with
Take the leg.
yeah with
Take the everything.
End it all.
Yeah.
With
Where's
how-
the abattoir?
with knowing how I am, I couldn't understand how I would deal with that. How annoyed I get about normal things in life.
Yeah.
Having something like that,
You
I'd
got,
kill everyone.
you got no one to be annoyed at either.
Also, you know when you're just, you know when you're under, you know when you're not 100% or you've got like an injury or something. It's it's so it's the frustration,
just
and it's
that
so.
debiltation.
But yeah,
Anyway,
let us know in the
a brighter
comments.
note.
Let us know in the comments, or we want to hear job stuff, and we want to see the comments.
I want
as
to see
well.
some comments.
We're
Yeah.
getting some good views at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice views, yeah, man.
but
Just drop
there's a
a
lot
comment.
of people
Even
watch-
anything weird, random,
Yeah,
funny,
get weird with us.
stupid, sarcastic, offensive,
Again,
anything.
slag
Just
us
go
off,
for it,
slag
man.
us off a little bit.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
We'll have
Say,
a little
what are you
fun with
doing?
it.
Yeah, slag them off.
Yeah.
You know,
Be nice.
I mean, try and slag me off. You know what I mean?
Yes, get in there.
Get right
right
in
in
there.
there,
Please get right in
No,
there.
but honestly, there's a lot of you watching. We're getting some good views at the moment, but there's still not as much of you subscribed, not as much you like it
as well, man.
and
Come on,
commented.
if you think it's funny.
So if you are doing something now,
If you don't.
watching us now, literally just press that button. It makes a big difference for us. We have a fair bit to get through, guys. So I
we've
think
been chatting shit, so
I think that's what we're chewing the fat.
Yeah.
I think we
Literally.
want to move on to.
Incredible.
It's time, the top 10.
So we got our second top 10.
Oh damn!
Because the first one was so damn fun. First one was good, wasn't it?
First one was beautiful.
First one was good.
We were enjoying doing
Yeah,
that.
we were. I think
I think I'm going to enjoy this one more.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Bold
Yeah.
claim.
So
Yeah.
these top 10s are essentially our way of converting that chat that every group has of the debate of a topic, right?
Yeah.
And we want to put it into action. And we started off with our top 10 silly comedy movies.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we have this time, Ben?
So we're moving now into the territory of animated movies, but we wanted to specify
Holy Grail.
that we don't want to do the East Asian stuff just yet, because I think that's strong enough to have its own category.
It really
We'll get
is,
to that
yeah,
at some point.
yeah.
But we want to do just everything from like the classics right through to the modern day of the typical animation stuff that you would think of when someone says to you about an animated movie. So
Yeah, so like
Pixar.
as far back as Dumbo.
Yes.
And then like
Reaching
as
back.
recent as like last night I watched Elemental, which is a new Disney Pixar
Oh,
thing.
I know that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
good
that
actually. Really cool premise.
yeah.
It's actually
What's
all
the
of-
one that's... Sorry, go on.
I said it's well, I'll go into it. It's not in my top 10, but it doesn't mean I didn't like it. But it's they basically used elements, so like fire, water, gas, and earth as races.
Okay.
And fire was the lowly immigrant race.
Oh, I started watching it. Yeah.
And then a fire girl and a water boy basically fall in love, and it's all about this. It's a bit Romeo and Juliet.
You
but-
shouldn't be together, man.
Yeah, but it's brilliantly done.
It's cute.
I think for kids watching that, it's a really good.
Yeah. there's so
It's
many
essentially a
subtle
fable, right?
underlying things.
Essentially a fable.
Yes, yeah. Aesop's.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, so what we did last time, which I think was really important, is because we all had different favourites, was we kind of set out our criteria. So, Benny Boy, what have you got for us?
So mine are probably going to end up being 1, 2, and 3. Just so you guys know.
You're such a big ego. You said that the first time.
And my last one was...
Listen, I reckon I can agree with it already.
I'm not going to agree with it because I know I
already know. I don't know why.
So
because I know that me and Dean's top 1 is not in your top 3 already, from what you've hinted.
I almost am 100% sure that that's the case. Okay. Yes. So the criteria that I've chosen with these 3, it differs for each one. So I will basically do this. I'll say the name of the one, and I'll say why it's there. So I'm going to say my top 1 is going to be Mulan.
Oh, top 1.
Do you know why?
It's all right, you know.
Has the best soundtrack.
Hey,
it has the best soundtrack.
And Szechuan sauce.
I'll make a man out of you.
It doesn't have the best soundtrack, but it's got a good soundtrack.
Oh, all right. We'll come
if that's your favourite, that explains a lot about you and your
old Spanish buzz over here. Go on.
Sword-wielding maidens, hey?
That Donny Osmond, fuck it, I'll make a man out of you is possibly one of the greatest pieces of music to ever exist, yeah? Just so you guys know, that's number 1.
So if you like Mulan, Blue Eye Samurai that I started watching yesterday, it's not Mulan, but there is a bit of that.
It's almost like it's not Mulan, but it's like...
It's Japanese, not Chinese.
I know what you're saying.
But there are similarities, shall we say.
It's on my list because you said it the other day. I'm definitely going to watch that. I'm going to put this second one here just because of what it, I think, did for animated movies when it came out.
Yep.
And it is Toy Story, and I think Toy Story just really has earned its place on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Are you going to pick a Toy Story, or are you just going to say
I would actually
the
say
first one?
I will say the first one only because that's my main reason for picking it in what it did with
It was a leap, wasn't it?
Film, it was so explosive.
It was a leap, though, in terms of
those toys.
Visuals.
You've not seen anything like it. You've not seen anything like it up until that point. It just changed the game.
Also, someone correct me if I'm wrong here. Was it the first time there was a pretty big cast of voice actors as well? Because normally, if you look back over the years, like you're not getting top actors at their peak doing voices.
Yeah, if you want to say at their peak, then I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
because we're talking about
Tom Hanks,
those names at the time. They are literally in their peak.
Yeah.
So I think you're absolutely right with
Woody Allen and Tom Hanks.
And now it's like when you hear Tom Hanks' voice, that's Woody, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, that's how much of a thing that it was.
He's not Buzz Lightyear.
No, it's somebody.
Tim Allen.
No,
is it Tim Allen? I think you're right.
What the one who sold Coke?
Yeah, we've brought him up a few times on this. Yeah,
it's Tim Allen.
Sorry, it's
Tim Allen.
It's Tim Allen. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Sorry.
So
Woody Allen.
What a phenomenal film, because it has so many themes that are just really strong even up until this day, like the fish out of water story with Buzz, figuring out that he's not what he thinks he is. All that kind of thing.
Yeah. Being a kid, thinking your toys did that stuff.
Oh, like, the thought of that as a young person,
man.
The weaving of imagination and each character having its own. Like
the soldiers, great.
Oh, wow. That's what I mean. The army men.
They've all got their own personality within their toy, but
the detail on stuff. Like, okay, one of the things that really gets me about Toy Story is like, you know, at the end when he's running after the thing, and the straps flapping in the wind, like the whole thing, like the detail on all of it. Is
that visual is so powerful because everyone who's just heard you say that can picture that.
Yeah.
Everybody can picture that.
And I'll tell you what else they can picture, because I watched Toy Story as a young child. Those toys that Sid had were scary.
Oh my days.
The baby with the legs.
Yeah, the spider baby.
Spiky hair. Because all the
they were terrifying.
Clothes,
wow, that's tough.
They were scary, weren't they?
That's
and then they softened up in 2 and 3. They were like part of their... Yeah.
They were sweet. Okay, and so in fact, I'm going to switch around because this has to be my number 1 because this is my favourite movie.
Okay.
And the reason this is so high on my list is because this is a film of my childhood. It does so much for me. I think the songs in it are phenomenal, and even the fact that not many people know about this film makes me feel good. I'm like, it feels like it's
your thing, yeah.
And it's a film called The Brave Little Toaster.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Hey.
You didn't see it coming.
I tell you what.
You didn't see it coming.
Ben Clayton saying that he likes a song that has a good musical background, a joyous, gleeful childhood musical called
The Brave Little Toaster.
You're a Brave Little Toaster.
Soldiers.
I bet your mum said that to you as a kid.
No, there's a character in it that is me. There's a character in it that is me, and it's the it's
Toast
the,
and jam.
It's the Hoover. Yeah, you toasted. Fuck. There's a Hoover. Yeah, let's quickly find the IMDb.
Oh, there's a song,
Brave
there's a
Little
song
Toaster.
by... Oh, no, I put Brave Little Soldier. Because he said it. The Brave Little Toaster
Brave Little
film
Toaster.
series.
The Hoover
Oh,
is
it's
me.
Disney.
It's mate, and what I was gonna. Oh, it's so perfect, by the way. Me seeing that makes me happy. Him,
The brave little
he's my boy,
toaster, you know.
and he's a grumpy bastard, and he doesn't want to have any fun with anyone. But when no one's looking, my boy's having some fun. He's doing a little jig. He's dance. The opening thing is them cleaning the house as they do every single day. The radio wakes up, puts the music on, and they were like, "Oh, let's clean the house together." And they're all. It's just
So it's a little
my
bit
God,
Toy
it's so
Story
perfect.
in terms of
It's Toy Story way before Toy Story was even thought of. You've got a lot of good big names in there. I think there's even some possibly some Simpsons voices on there, maybe, or at least people who work on the Simpsons. Like there's some big names attached to this.
Brave Little Toaster. Do you know what?
You ever heard?
I
of
wonder
it?
how many people out there, when you said Brave Little Toaster, have gone, oh my God, like literally.
I hope that's made just one person's day because
I think
that
it has.
film,
1987.
love.
Never
It's
even-
older than me.
never
that
even
film.
heard of it.
That film is literally older than I am.
literally a
and
year
it's
older
So
than me, yeah.
perfect.
Only just.
Only just didn't need to add that. But yeah, we'll take. If ever you get the opportunity, I remember showing my sisters this when I was.
Mate,
Did you have this on video or something?
Yeah,
you
I had a
repeat?
VHS.
That's
100%.
a big,
But I
big
also have
factor.
it on DVD, by the way.
Yeah, but what I
wouldn't
mean
have
is
got
though, it's a big factor that.
Yes,
because
sure.
as a kids, like our influence is was so much more limited than it is now.
Yeah. And you didn't have
And we
all
watch it
the
over
stuff
again.
that we have now.
That's
So
what
you
I'm
were
saying.
just banging
So
it.
we would watch the
So
same
many
thing 20
distractions
times.
now and everything. Yeah.
And when you're watching something, you're watching something.
Yeah. You're glued. Yeah.
Just to forewarn you both, this might be a future chew on this. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna
actually-
say.
well,
you might
watch
have
it.
to watch
Everyone's
it, mate.
like-
If you did, I'd be over the moon.
Firstly, the
Everyone in
name is I'm intrigued by the name.
yeah.
You know,
Like,
like,
what
what's he
could this
doing?
be?
And also, why has a toaster been personified,
Yes,
like made
yes.
into a person? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just you
Oh,
just make toast
wait
with
till you
it.
see the
bro.
blanket. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, mate,
Yeah.
the fire
What am I
blanket.
listening to right now?
Oh no.
Wait till you see the blanket, and the radio is
Okay,
fucking so
so
good. Anyway, right.
what's
Jesus
your order
Christ.
then?
So I'll end up saying, and because I just have to do this. Number one, The Brave Little Toaster. Number two will still be Toy Story because I rate it so highly, and three will be Mulan.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
actually
That's
happy
I
with that.
agree
That's
with
cool.
Toy Story. It's not in my top three, but I think it was
It's not in
definitely
your top three.
No.
Well, because I know someone's going to cover it, I didn't do it really.
That's fair.
Go on.
I almost did the same thing. Right.
Yeah.
I almost did
and
the
then none
same
of us
thing.
would have covered it.
Undoubtedly in a-
And it wouldn't
in
have
a-
fucking
in a-
made it.
All three of us just didn't do it because someone else was going to do it.
Yeah.
Dean?
I just
He
to
struggled
pick
with this,
Three
didn't he?
is so hard. Like literally, animated films are my favorite. Like
They're
that's
a
my
lovely
favorite genre.
relief from like the normal world.
You're
aren't
gone,
they?
innit? You're
Yeah,
gone.
Escapism.
It's not even real people. They can do anything they want.
And also,
But-
even though they're under the premise of children's films, they often have proper adult
Some
undertones.
themes, yeah.
So, but fuck, I can't go with three. But anyway, I've had to. Right? Okay. So I'm gonna go with because that's the job.
We're going to
That's,
talk about more afterwards anyway.
we will.
Yeah,
So,
I know,
yeah.
I know. So, for me, the whole point of animated films, like we said, is just like you're gone. Like, do you know what I mean? And it can just be as what like it can be
Wacky
anything.
wild,
Can it? It can
yeah,
be
yeah.
anything. It can be anything. And they're always really like heartwarming stories as well, generally, innit? Which is kind of mad.
A lot of them are really sad.
Kind of
as well.
mad because
Dark stuff going on. Yeah.
because well, I've picked these ones because they I don't know, they're just like I've watched them so many, you know, like films that you watch a lot of times. You
Yeah,
don't
like
really do,
embedded
you don't
in
really
your
do that
memory.
with too
Yeah.
many animated films, but the ones you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
watch a lot. Anyway, big. So there's not a 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Have I got to do 1, 2?
We'll figure it out afterwards.
just say
Yeah,
your
Alright,
three.
cool.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man, the first one,
Which Spider-Man?
Into the Spider-Verse.
yeah.
Oh damn!
Damn, exactly, bro.
The best animated film of
The-
all time.
I've probably
bar
dropped a
none.
tear. I think I've
It's
dropped
my
a
number
tear
one.
to that, man. That
It's
film is
such a good
crazy.
film.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many.
I'll let you say
Oh.
why, and then I'm
Well,
going to
just-
join in now because it's my number one as well.
Yeah, like I've literally shed a tear to that. It's mad. Like
It's
the
so
whole
good.
thing is like ridiculous. The writing, the character building, the plot. the twists,
You've missed a key part out for me anyway.
The
Not saying
soundtrack.
that's soundtrack's amazing, but I think I was actually hesitant to put this in my top 3 because it's so new. So like the anti-bias of it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it because it's so new. Yeah.
But the mad thing is, and they developed this in the second one, and I know I like the second one as well, but it was very much. It very
an
much
advert for the third one.
Nah.
Yes,
the first one was so
yeah.
good. You can't back
the
it.
level of design and different aesthetics of design when they're traveling in and they're glitching and that.
Oh, man.
The detail is mad. It's mad. The character.
And it's such a far-fetched
it's a
notion.
beautiful
but they
movie.
make it seem like it's possible as well. Like it's crazy.
Exactly. In amongst this world of absolute mentalness,
Yeah.
it's grounded in all
And
possibility.
it's funny. It's like
And also they've taken a story in Spider-Man that has been done to death. Really. And they've given it such a fresh hit of life. And when I first saw it, like, hands up, I did think it was a bit box ticking exercise because a lot of them went through that.
You guys aren't like comic either, though, right?
No,
you don't know about Marvel,
no, exactly.
all that kind of stuff.
So I was like, oh, okay, they've made Spider-Man black now, like they made some other things. And I just, at face value, that's what I thought. And then I watched it and I was like, no, this is a whole new character and it has every right to be here.
And the way they tie in the other spot, like,
It was amazing.
just everything. And
Yeah.
So, and on this one, I mean,
Mate, you're off to a fucking strong start, by the way. So
yeah, it's about in your eyes, it's about to go downhill real quick. The Lego Movie is fucking.
I knew you would say that. Which one?
The Lego Movie, the original, the first one
yeah.
with Emmett, like the idiot. That's
Everything is awesome.
Oh my god!
Everything
Have you
is
seen it, Ben?
no,
Ben, honestly, the storyline is it's crazy.
is that good?
It's crazy.
It is good.
The thing
and
is,
it's hilarious and
It's
it's crazy.
Lego, so I just didn't ever give a shit.
I
about
know
it.
that's what I'm.
Right.
This is what happens.
The way, how with the Mario Brothers,
Yes.
they not called Mario Brothers, just Mario, Super Mario.
Yeah.
How they weaved in bits from the game and into their story, and they kind of weaved it in.
It's a bad film, though, by the way.
It is, but the way they nodded to the game.
Yeah.
Lego
It is.
Lego
It ain't in
do
no one's top
that.
three.
Lego do that, but properly.
Right. Okay.
And there's
okay.
so many
and they
little
do like the
things.
Lego worlds, like you know what I mean, like
Which is what
like,
you're interested in. Yeah, for sure. I got you.
And everyone had Lego, man. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone did.
And
That's-
also the superheroes that are in it are like the darkest version of, and the most slapstick version.
Yes,
the
of
most
the-
Adult
their
Swim
counterparts.
version of
Yeah,
their
yeah,
characters. So
And like Will Ferrell's character is brilliant.
Will Arnett
You
is
got Will Arnett,
Batman.
you got BoJack Horseman as Batman.
Yeah.
Also,
also,
he's so good.
Lego Batman, by the way, you would.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah, though you did.
No,
talk-
but the
thing is,
film, Lego
you
Batman.
told me
yeah.
this the other week, and I took it on board. It's on my list to watch. 100%.
It's great. Again, it's one of them films that kids will like, but adults will like as well, because there's bits that are getting.
But with animated film, what I like is like it's for kids generally, but the adult undertones to
Well,
it
it's Simpsons,
are
right?
Yeah.
crazy.
It's how you can please both generations watching it at the same
Ren and
time.
Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Like,
What an
mad
unbelievable
stuff, bro.
That's
Well,
a bit
Ren and
before your
Stimpy-
time, though.
Yeah, I'm
Ren
not.
and Stimpy.
Not really, kind of.
Okay, and then
missed out on
the
that.
third one I'm going to go with is South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. Just because.
Is that the first movie?
Just because when that came out, man, that was
Saddam Hussein.
You think about that?
Come on, guy. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that because it's not a movie in my mind. It's an extension of the series.
I know, but it's a movie.
Wow, that's nuts that you've done
What
that.
we're done, what
Biggest
trying to
Mars.
do, da-da-da.
Biggest Mars. Biggest Mars.
Blame Canada. It's not even a
film,
real
Terrence
country
and Phillip
anyway.
are so good.
That film really put South Park on the map, though. Like before that, it was an indie comedy.
Yeah,
And they'd lost their way a bit after the first couple series,
Yeah,
isn't it? South
that
Park.
really was the part when they turned mainstream. Yeah,
This is why
that's
I
good top
haven't-
3. I like all them.
They're all very good. This is why I haven't gone back to South Park, by the way, because that's what I knew them for.
Okay.
Like up
Yeah,
until
yeah.
that point, and that was like it. But yeah, I'll come back to that.
I like that. I agree with.
I thought I
We know
wanted
you
to.
agree with
do you know,
that.
I
I
wanted
agree
to
with
do-
all
I
of
wanted
them.
to do a very like Pixar top 3, but I thought, nah, let's just like
Yeah, yeah,
spread
yeah.
the.
That's in a certain way more wholesome what you've done.
So-
It's better.
I looked at my list
Sam?
again, and I'm having second thoughts.
Yes.
So my number 1 is Spider-Man, the first one. I think it's Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse.
Yep. Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse,
That is my number 1. I'm going to put another one in there that I was hesitant to put in there because it's new. I told you about this. It's Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish.
Yo, I heard it slaps.
You laugh at me right now.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the film. No, it's sick.
Because everyone watching and listening is going to be going, what is he on about? A film about a cat.
No.
It is, if you like Into the Spider-Verse,
It's brilliant.
It has similarities to that in animation at times.
It's brilliant.
And it is essentially a film about mortality under the guise, again, of this kids' film. And it's all about death. And it kind of takes the form. It's a little bit samurai-y. It's just if you haven't watched it, just go and watch it. Come back to me. I promise you, Puss in Boots 2. It's one of them films where you like Puss in Boots is his side character in Shrek. How is it? But I promise you,
He's way more than that.
It is a standalone
way more than that.
epic movie.
Antonio Banderas. So, you know.
But you don't need to watch any of the thing before.
The writing in these films is so good.
The writing in it is
in all the
incredible.
anime, in like a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And then 3.
Here we go. This is the big one.
It's a noggin scratcher.
I'm torn. I'm going to tell you the ones I'm torn between. Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is
I mentioned it to Ben earlier.
He told me. I haven't seen it.
You never seen Big Hero 6?
what a story.
it's incredible story.
Oh my
Again,
God.
that's more of a Big Hero 6.
There's deepness to that too.
Ratatouille.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Damn.
And Hercules. They're my 3 that I'm playing with.
Hercules goes. And that's a very, very good film.
What, Hercules?
Hercules is
very good.
amazing.
Hercules.
Damn, Zero to Hero.
Zero to Hero.
Hero.
Talk about soundtrack.
Yeah.
Also, good game.
Oh,
But
great game.
Again,
Yeah.
rock,
What about
rock
Sundial?
solid though. Yeah.
And Dreamcast. I think I played that game.
Dreamcast.
It probably would have been Dreamcast.
Yeah, I think I played that in like
but-
Wacky Warehouse. Remember that?
Wacky Warehouse.
I used to go
Dreamcast.
So my
Dreamcast
top
sick.
3,
Mad.
I'm going to go with, what would I say then? Hercules.
What do you think got the loudest reception?
Ratatouille, Big Hero 6. I'm going to drop Big Hero 6.
Of what?
From like when you mentioned them 3, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Ratatouille. I'm going to go with Ratatouille because
such a
Ratatouille
big
is... It's just a brilliant movie. It's magical. Like, I think it does the thing that only animation can do over... Whereas Hercules, I think... Don't get me wrong, I love Hercules. I love Greek mythology, as I said. I think they did a great job of it. It was fun. But I think Ratatouille encapsulates this genre by doing something that you could only do in an animated film. And it does the thing where it puts
Unless
people...
it's mouse hunting.
Mousetrap.
Yeah. But I love it when these animations put little features in to show you good and bad guys. Big noses are often...
Yeah.
And Ratatouille does that so well. The eyes are bigger for the... And like subtle little nods and like just the pulling his
know what
hair
they're
to do
doing, don't
everything.
they, man?
It's like they are doing something so stupid, but then that becomes a rule of the film and you just take that for granted.
It makes sense though.
and it makes sense within the world they've created.
Yeah.
You've really captured it when you said this is something that can only be done in animation because it can.
Yeah.
That could not possibly happen in live action.
Imagine that was CGI.
Like a real rat.
Yeah.
No. Stuart Little, get out of
Absolutely
here,
not.
man.
Well, yeah,
Come on.
Stuart Little,
I know,
basically.
but-
Awful,
yeah,
isn't
but
it?
come on now. It ain't no Ratatouille, is it?
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Awful.
So I think what they did in
Get out of
Ratatouille
here.
as well is they made the food look epic.
Oh, I
made the
love
food look
me
like you
some
want-
animated food.
Yeah, you do. Remember I was sending you some of those gifts.
Yeah.
Some of that.
Great movie. Yeah, I mean,
Damn, solid.
I've got a whole list of other ones that I could have brought up
let's
as
do
well.
let's do an honourable mention each then.
But
yeah.
why don't we go with
Well, give me your list again from the top
so
down.
Spider-Verse,
Spider-Man.
Puss in Boots 2. Well, I'm going to put Ratatouille second, Puss in Boots 2 third.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. Ratatouille
Yeah.
needs to go. Yeah, I feel.
Because I think Ratatouille is an eternally liked option there. I don't know anyone that's not watched that. Have you ever seen the Danny Dyer tweet on it?
No, but I fucking want to hear it
It's
now.
a sentence that's never been asked. Have you ever seen a Danny Dyer tweet about
About
this?
Ratatouille though.
Ratatouille.
What's he doing tweeting about Ratatouille? What's he say, man? That fucking mouse a bit of all right, isn't he, or something? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Got it.
No way. It's
Just like that.
what it
Just like that.
is. Shut up.
Just watched Ratatouille with a Litland. Fuck me, I was rooting for that rat.
Because he doesn't like a rat usually, does he?
Christ, Litland. I knew you.
Fuck me, I was rooting for that rat.
Spelt it wrong as well. Do you know what I mean?
What did he spell?
You
Ratatouille?
definitely would have spelled it with a U.
Yeah, you
It's
wouldn't
not
really.
an E.
Either way. just brilliant, isn't it?
Oh shit!
But yeah, so why don't we quickly then reel off? Like, what's your favourite classic one, Dean? I know me and you mentioned some more modern ones there.
Okay, it's either Sword in the Stone.
Okay.
Or Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Little John and Robin Hood run through the forest. Oh, it's so
little.
When he sucks the rings off.
That's the visual. That's probably the most famous visual of all time.
Or the archery bit when he's got the. You know what I mean? When he's on the legs.
Bobs the snake down.
But Sword in the Stone, though.
Kissing the jewels out of the king's rings is the visual of all time for me. It's so sick.
Epic. And also, why Robin Hood? Why did they do that with Robin Hood?
I don't know, but I'm glad they did it because that's a way better version.
Never did it again, did they?
But they did a brilliant way of putting every animal as the character they should be.
Yeah.
Have you seen the overlays between that and Jungle Book? And some of the same dances. And I'm like, use that all the time. I'm happy.
I'm not drawing that again.
Are you insane?
Yeah.
Pay me twice though.
And also scary ending when it's on fire. Like you're on your edge of your seat.
Yeah. And the tension's built. You know when they're like trying to get all the money bags across.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, they're gonna do it.
Yeah. And the
little mouse with the
sheriff
one
of Nottingham's
coin.
horrible when he bumps the old guy and the coin goes
his
into
leg
his
out
jar,
and gets the money out.
Cracks it. Brilliant. Some great voices in that.
Always
as well.
good versus evil, isn't it,
phenomenal.
man? Always.
Good.
You've made me think.
What's your favourite classic?
Sword in the Stone. Okay.
Go on.
I'm just amazed no one said Fantasia, really.
I thought about it.
I thought you would have thought about it.
It's more scary than it is anything else. You watch that. It's trippy as shit.
Yeah,
I've got one, The Rescuers. Have you ever seen The Rescuers?
That's a bit of a classic.
Maybe you haven't.
That's a bit of a classic.
It's an older movie.
Yeah.
It's about the two mouse detectives that go and save. I love that film more than I could express. It's so good.
That is a good film.
Oh my God.
That's a nice heartwarming.
I got three classic ones that, again, the reason these are in my three are because I had them on video. So I've rewatched them over and over again. But Robin Hood, now you said it, might take the mark there. Fox and the Hound.
Oh, it's a heart jerk.
Yeah.
God.
It shouldn't be in there, but I watched it to death. Oliver and Company. I love that movie.
I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah.
What?
And then the one that is not Disney, but Land Before Time. That whole
Perfect.
Land Before Time. That whole everyone.
Oh.
Again, though, heart wrenching.
Destroys you.
Heart wrenching movie. Land Before Time was. I love dinosaurs.
Let me throw this one as well. Fern Gully. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, really?
Fern Gully.
Was that the one with the rabbits?
It's basically Avatar, before Avatar.
with rabbits.
No, that is...
You know what I'm thinking of, because that's basically Avatar as well.
The rabbits is... And it's scary as shit.
Yeah. And they
beat
start
each other
like
up.
ploughing up the rabbit.
Damn, what's that called?
We'll have to find
struggle. If you guys know it, please
help
comments
us out,
because
help us out, somebody, please.
Watership Down.
that's what it was.
Oh my God. That's like 1984, but with rabbits
Terrifying.
or something.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
scary,
You
sad
love
movie.
You
I do.
referenced
Oh,
that.
here we
Yeah.
I love a bit of 1984.
And then, all right,
living in it.
and then top Pixar movie. We said Toy Story. Can you think of any others that you
Bug's
really
Life.
like? Bugs Life was
Life
great.
is great.
Very good.
Ants.
So good.
Is that
Ants
Pixar?
was like this-
I'm full of chocolate. Oh no, wait, is that
Good,
I always
sir,
get
from The
Simpsons.
Simpsons. Yeah, that's so good that you've done that. Full of chocolate. Yes.
I thought it was, when the fat bird, I can't remember, he does a similar thing.
Homer's got like a towel. He's whipping his ass. It's so ridiculous.
Did you ever watch Soul? The one that was out in
it's
lockdown.
perfect.
Really good movie.
Very, very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
I didn't see that.
Basically about this guy who dies. Does he die? But it's basically about your soul going up.
Oh, right, okay.
But
okay.
very good how they did it. Very good how they did it.
There's so many.
I think
Like,
the best,
when you said about Eternal, was it not Eternals?
Elemental. Yeah.
What's the one where like the girl is like going through puberty type thing, and in her
Big Red.
head there's like
Big
the
Red or
four-
something.
Annoyingly,
Big Red Panda one.
That's also what I was thinking about. No,
Yeah,
not
but
that
it's-
one. That's very good, by the way. It's another similar one where there's almost like a...
And like
Oh,
all
Inside
her
Out.
thoughts,
Inside
out. That's
That's
very
it.
good.
How
That's
funny,
very
because
good.
I was thinking about exactly that movie and I realised I hadn't seen Elemental
Yeah, when
at
I
all.
saw the Elemental thing, I was like, I thought it was the second of Inside Out.
It's mad how they can create all these different worlds, but they all kind of look similar.
Yeah.
Big Red Panda film's quite good as well. I can't
Yeah,
remember what it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think it's just called Big Red.
Is Kung Fu Panda any good?
Yes.
It's not bad, actually.
Yeah, because I've heard
yes,
that.
it is.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
not bad,
it is.
actually. It's not bad.
Jack Black does business on the voice acting side.
But
He's
yeah,
very good.
we'll wrap there on that part.
Yes.
What I would say though
all day,
is
isn't it?
we're going to do the same as what we did last time. We're going to come back, take some comments, compile what's going on. We'll put some feelers out on our socials and ask people what their favourite animated films are.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they're going to say a few of ours, but I think there's a few little rogue ones in there. And go and watch. We're going to try and watch
The Brave Little Toaster.
Brave Little Toaster. And
He is not horny. He is very pure.
And you need
Thank you very much.
Look how defensive you got there.
No. Okay, sorry.
And you're going to watch Puss in Boots 2.
I am going to do it because, I'll be
Because you
told so
will
many
do
times
that.
through.
By the way, no, fuck.
Go on.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Have we not got Shrek
It's,
on the
it got
list?
deleted out of my top 3.
Yeah, it's on my so my longer list. I'll give you my longer
Throw a
list.
few about.
How to Train Your Dragon, Up, Monsters Inc.,
Up, Monsters Inc.
Lego Movie, Hercules, Shrek, and Frozen.
I haven't seen Frozen.
Yeah, it's a good soundtrack, good sing along, But I think
The cold never bothered me anyway.
there you go. But I think it's all about I mean, this is our top 10. We've got to. It's all our opinions, and we know that everyone's going to have something else. We don't really care about popular though. We're not going to go pick the bestsellers.
Yep.
You know, because Frozen, I think, has that, doesn't it? Isn't it like the most?
Really?
I think it is
It's
because
got some accolades in that regard, yeah, for sure.
It's a good film, but they hook people with the singing, I think.
Because the singing is the strongest part of that.
Yeah,
film,
it
for
is.
sure.
It is. But yeah, we'll come back to that. I've got a real quick laugh of the week for you guys.
What's your laugh for that?
So my laugh of the week was a link back to a former episode, right? So you know when I told you about the massage?
The Phil Nelson.
Yeah,
from that.
and I've sent you the voice note, but the listeners haven't seen it. How good was that? So when I was getting a massage recently, I described the woman giving me a massage, and I think I was saying that she looked Eastern European, saying that she looked like she had no joy. She had really strong hands. She had his face on her, and this isn't.
She'd been
all-
needing dry bread. I
Yeah,
think you
needing
said.
dry bread. And this isn't all Eastern Europeans. This was specifically this woman that I was looking at, right? So before anyone tries to dig me out there, but this woman was
She just-
void of joy and a hardy face that had seen some tough winters. And
Weather beaten, as they say.
my girlfriend was going to a laser, I think. So she's basically bearing all down there, and she's casual with stuff like this. I'm like, she can just be like in stirrups, like, yeah, get to work. And for some reason, she went there and she was listening to the podcast, so
On
loud, which
Brazen,
That's
by the
mad,
way.
by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
Listening to anything on loud in that
Especially
situation
us.
is mad. Yeah, and then you
and
listen
she
to-
knows us.
Yeah.
But please do that more.
Yeah.
And it was the bit where I was describing this woman, and apparently the description I was making described the woman that was giving her treatment to a T, and it was loud enough that the woman heard, paid attention, and they kind of did that look at each other, which I'm just
Are
gonna
you hearing this?
reenact. I imagine. I saw that mic.
I love that these guys haven't seen
Looking
that
in
at
the
all.
whites of her
The
eyes.
camera hasn't seen any of
The
these.
whites of her eyes. Yeah.
But I guarantee your eyes did a bit of that.
Yeah.
Opened up a bit, so we can see that.
Yeah, fair.
And then it was
Also-
just, and it was the start of her treatment, which is like 45 minutes long.
Oh,
so the rest of the time she sat there.
Is she still listening to it for the rest?
I think she put her headphones in there.
Oh, yeah, but
Smart,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, she should have known better.
She should have known better to not get in a room with one other person and put a podcast on loud.
Our
Like, that's
podcast,
mental.
our
Talking
podcast, she
shit.
literally knows us. And yeah, and did you say? Did you tell us it was a boyfriend's podcast? Like that would have made it worse.
That would have improved the situation in any way.
There's no improving that situation, is it? Apart from going.
Is there any making it worse?
Oh, sorry, I'm just listening to the worst podcast in the world right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my laugh
Hey,
of
at
the
least we
week.
got another listener. Hey, let's go.
Can't believe we
by
said-
by default. No, by
Hold tight the Warsaw
proxy.
crew.
By
You've got
proxy.
another default by proxy now. What's that? You know the Scottish man with Tourette's. You've got Tourette's by proxy.
No,
you haven't seen the Scottish man with Tourette's. Wow,
anything
this is
about
for.
this.
You've got to give a bit more explanation then. What
So,
program
He's
is
a
it?
Scottish man with
Okay,
Tourette's.
so this is fucking incredible, man. Like, BBC did a documentary about a man in Scotland with Tourette's, right?
A general Tourette's documentary. Was
Just a documentary about him and like the life of Tourette's, blah blah blah. But like him and they go to like an AA meeting, but with people with all Tourette's, like in South Park when it's like you know what I mean, like all that stuff, yeah. But like one of the guys is like, jeopardize his pubes, ginger. You know what I mean? Like they're just shouting mad shit, bro.
But they're
like,
Scottish, so it's 10
but it's in
times
Scottish.
funnier.
It's even funnier. And like he's in a car and they're driving and he goes, "We're gonna crash. Oil in the road. We're gonna crash," like that.
Tourette's, it's mad, isn't it? Because it's so creative often, like their tics.
That's what I'm saying. It's the thing you shouldn't say.
It would be really good banter if it was intentional.
Yeah.
I hate that I said banter twice in this fucking
Yeah, you
podcast.
hate the word banter.
It's so gross.
What's happened to you?
What's happened to you?
Before we wrap, why don't we end on a slight bit of education from you, Ben?
Oh, we're going to do it? Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to do a very quick word of the week. And the word of the week this week is pugnacious.
Oh, get out of here, bro. You've made that up. You've made that up. That's like something that a dog does, isn't it? What does a pug do?
It makes you think of pugs, right? Yeah. But it's no, it's nothing to do with them at all.
You're liking your Aciuses, aren't you?
I know.
Yeah, but I do like an Acius. I think it sounds good rolling off the tongue. I had a different one, but it was I'm not going to say what it was. The other one was iridescence. For multiple reasons.
Yeah, but I can imagine.
Yeah, we know why.
Well, we know why. But pugnacious is the one I'm going to go with. So, do you guys want to take another stab at what that might mean?
I have no idea.
Oh, really?
I'm going to say pugnacious is almost linked to belligerence.
Yeah, it's a way of
when you're a bit
acting.
stubborn.
It's a way of acting.
You are very much on the right lines, but maybe let's be a bit more proactive about that. So imagine someone who is quick to anger or quick to argue.
Okay.
Not necessarily anger,
It sounds like a negative
Yes.
word.
Yeah.
The G sounds negative. I don't know why, but the sound does.
So you ever see me fighting with someone in the Instagram comments? Because I'm quite pugnacious on Instagram.
Pugnacious individual.
That's all it is.
It was on YouTube, and yes, you were.
Oh no, I just mean normally I'm on Instagram fighting with people.
There was, I can't remember what it was, but there was I was scrolling Instagram.
You liked something the other day.
And he just clapped back at someone. And I could, because sometimes
Did you say clap back?
Yeah.
We gonna clap back. We gonna clap back. We gonna clap back. What a tune. Anyway, sorry.
That wasn't my reference. It was just the fact that he did clap back. But it was like,
Can't help myself.
It's the fact that he didn't post it knowing that I would see that, but I just happened to have seen it. It was the first comment up, and I was like, I just love it when I know that he's sitting there going, and he's not a troll. He's like the opposite. He thinks of himself as a vigilante. You're like a comic.
I'm out there putting a stop to bad behaviour.
Yeah.
Your friendly neighbourhood Instagram, whatever.
But he's not that friendly.
The clapback man.
The clapback man.
But yeah, I'm pugnacious online, just so you guys know.
Pugnacious.
Yeah.
You know what? When you said that just then, it's so mad because obviously I don't have any I don't have any Instas or nothing.
you
like
don't,
so
yeah.
I'm never in that space doing like at home. Like that's what I'm saying. You like, what do I even
you're
do?
always on
in the
Twitter.
evening?
It's way better for you, by the way. I'm out here arguing on Instagram way more than I should
like,
be.
Wow.
Putting the world to rights. That's all, guys.
My life is better.
I've done it a couple of
fact I'm
times.
not doing it.
Now it doesn't give me any joy.
Because you won't get anything from it. Nothing ever
That's
has
what I'm
been
saying. My life
solved
is
in
better
Instagram
for not doing
comments.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Not to.
Anyway.
There we go. So,
digress.
are you going to try and be less pugnacious?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It fills my
More
day. Yeah, it makes
pugnacious.
me so happy
More
to tell someone that
pugnacious.
they've been stupid.
What do we want?
More pugnaciousness.
When do we want it?
Now.
Hey.
Yesterday. 3 weeks ago.
Right.
That's pretty good. Yeah, let's wrap it there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Thanks for watching episode 9.
Thanks
Last
very
of the
much,
single
guys.
digits, boys. Next week is 10.
We're getting big.
Oh.
Can't remember the Spanish for 10.
See you next week.